Hello everyone, welcome back to 3 News Now. Today is Friday, May 27th. I'm Stephanie Haney here with your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Thank you for being here for the top stories from our website and our app. These are the stories that you are clicking on and reading and sharing, the stories that matter most to you here in Northeast Ohio. And today we start with more disturbing details, or should I say a lack of details, coming out now about the Uvalde, Texas shooting where an elementary school was hit by a shooter who shot 19 children and 2 adults, killing them. Now, questions are emerging about the timeline. Governor Abbott for Texas had said that there was a school resource officer who engaged with the shooter, and now that's proving to not necessarily be true. We're now hearing that the shooter had entered the school unobstructed. We're also now hearing reports from parents of those students that said they went to the school and they confronted police officers outside of the school shouting for them to enter, and that they didn't. What we are now hearing from some reports is that police attempted to enter the building, were fired at by the shooter, and then retreated and waited for a tactical unit to arrive that took an hour to get there. Texas Rangers said the U.S. Border Patrol tactical team took about an hour to arrive, and that's the team that entered and shot the shooter. So people have a lot of questions about that, and we talked with Cleveland security expert Ken Trump, who runs a school security firm, and he says police procedure is not to wait when there is a school shooter. He said more than 2 decades after the Columbine shooting, the best practices for law enforcement shifted from setting up a perimeter and waiting for a SWAT team to the first officers on the scene going inside and neutralizing that shooter. And he says that this policy is twice as old as the students who died in Uvalde, Texas this week. And it was a serious topic in Parkland in 2018 when the deputy assigned as that school resource officer didn't confront that shooter that killed 17 people and injured 17 more. So at this time, many more questions than answers coming out of Uvalde, and people are calling for an intense investigation at the federal level to see exactly what happened, because there's a lot of time that's unaccounted for between roughly 11:30 p.m. and 1 p.m. As always, when more information becomes available, we will bring that to you on our website, on our shows, and on our WKYC app. Also today, we have learned that actor Alec Baldwin's mother has passed away, the Baldwin family matriarch. Her name was Carol M. Baldwin, and she died in Syracuse, New York at the age of 92 yesterday. The family had released a statement. Alec Baldwin posted it to his Instagram. They talked about how her breast cancer diagnosis in 1991 prompted her to later join a group of Long Island breast cancer support groups. She started an organization there and to launch a research fund with the State University of New York, Stony Brook, and that the combined efforts of the groups that she was involved with raised millions of dollars for the cause of breast cancer. Alec Baldwin went on to share a personal message about his mother. He said this: "My mother taught me about second acts and third ones too. She spent the last 25 years of her life as a fighter and a champion for the cause to which she devoted so much energy. We are all enormously proud of her accomplishments." We are thinking of the Baldwin family today. We're also thinking of the family of Scott Wolstein, one of the biggest faces of Cleveland real estate development, who has passed away at the age of 69. We have reports from the Cleveland Jewish News that he passed away on Thursday of unspecified causes. And this was one of Northeast Ohio's most prominent business leaders. He'd been the CEO of the Wolstein Group since 1979. That's 43 years, and he was the main developer behind the Flats East Bank revitalization. So if you go down to the Flats East Bank these days, you'll see packed bars, restaurants, landscaping, luxury apartments. This is all around the area where the Greater Cleveland Aquarium is. And our 3 News' Doug Tratner spoke with him in October, and he said that he was very satisfied. It was about a $1 billion investment to revitalize the Flats East Bank. And at that time, he said that he was looking forward to more developments and said that it had worked as they had hoped. And it is definitely a very different scene than it has been in years past down at the Flats. And Scott Wolstein and his group is to thank for that. And so today our thoughts are with the Wolstein family as they say goodbye to Scott Wolstein. Now, there's a development at Pinecrest in Orange Village, and they will be stopping unaccompanied minors from being at the shopping center after 4 p.m. Security now has a policy where they will be greeting and checking patrons for identification. That'll be starting in the late afternoon, and kids have to be either with a parent or a guardian or an adult that's at least 25 years old. This is after 2 weeks ago, authorities went there to break up fights when there was a crowd of about 100 people. You might think that sounds like an isolated incident, but it's not, because last June there were about 1,000 young people at Pinecrest, and it was supposed to be a free outdoor movie night, and that was provided by the Silver Spot Cinema, but it became absolutely chaotic. No one was hurt. There wasn't any property damage, but there were fights breaking out, and police ended up having to disperse that crowd with pepper spray and pepper balls. Not something that you want to see at a free outdoor movie night for sure. So now these are the new rules at Pinecrest, and they have cited the improving weather and past issues with crowd control. So be aware of that. If you are under the age of 18 and planning on being at Pinecrest after 4 p.m., you're going to need to be with a parent or guardian or someone who is at least 25 years old. Now to public health. Cuyahoga County has also been designated as a high community level of COVID-19. It now joins Lorain and Ashtabula County. This information came out yesterday from the CDC, and here's what you need to know about that. Here is why this has happened. The threshold for high community levels of COVID-19 depends on new hospitalizations per 100,000 residents. We call that per capita. So for counties with more than 200 new COVID-19 cases per capita in a given week over the last 7 days, that threshold then changes from 20 new hospitalizations in that week per 100,000 people to 10 new hospitalizations per 100,000 people. And so, I'll run the numbers for you. The CDC now reports that Cuyahoga County has a case rate of more than 240 new COVID-19 cases per 100,000 residents and a hospitalization rate of 11.9 hospitalizations per 100,000 residents. So that is why Cuyahoga County is now falling in that high level of community spread. Lorain County and Ashtabula County also fall in those categories. We've got the specific numbers on WKYC.com if you want to check that out. But here's what you need to know. If you're in a high community spread area for COVID-19, people are advised to wear a mask indoors, in public, and on public transportation. Which brings me to the forecast for the weekend. It will be a great opportunity to get outside because the weekend's starting around 70 degrees, according to our meteorology team, but it will be closer to 90 as the long weekend progresses. And if you've got plans for Monday, which is Memorial Day itself, or the weekend altogether, you're going to want to pack the sunscreen, sunglasses, and a hat, and have some water with you, because the next chance for rain isn't really coming into the picture until late Wednesday night and Thursday. So also stay on top of your watering your plants if you need to do that. Here's your 3-day forecast from our meteorological team. On tonight, you can expect showers and storms at times, mostly cloudy, mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow, it will start becoming sunny in the low 70s, and Sunday will be sunny and warm in the low 80s. Check back tomorrow on WKYC so you can see that 3-day forecast extended into Monday. Now, if you're a baseball fan, you may be paying attention to what the Guardians are doing on the roster, and they have placed Franmil Reyes on the 10-day injured list, and they have designated Yu Chang for assignment. Last night, the Guardians lost 3-4 to Detroit. This was the start of a 4-game series in Detroit, so 3 more games to play, and they're making these roster moves out of necessity, and also looks like they are looking for a change. Outfielder and designated hitter Franmil Reyes is on the 10-day injured list with right hamstring tightness, and that was just 1 day after putting pitcher Aaron Savali on the 15-day injured list with glute issues. Also, utility infielder Yu Chang has been designated for assignment, so that could mean his up and down tenure with the Guardians could be ending after about 4 seasons. The Guardians can either trade him or release him, and we'll see what happens there, but we will definitely be following it on all of our broadcasts, WKYC.com, and the app. Now, switching gears to Browns football, kind of. There were 3 Browns players who did a very good thing for a good cause yesterday. This was all organized by Johnny Stanton, who apparently likes to play Dungeons & Dragons, and posted a picture of him playing Dungeons & Dragons with Myles Garrett and Wyatt Teller, his 2 teammates. That was in November, and people got a kick out of it. They loved to see these jocks playing this game, okay? Well, so now they decided to do it for a good cause. They did it yesterday, and they played the game at Tabletop Board Game Cafe, and they raised, for Red Nose Day, which is to end child poverty, they raised $17,000 selling tickets to that event and also streaming the event. They were there with special guests as well. Johnny Stanton tweeted today, "Tonight was wild. Thank you to everyone who attended, donated, or even just watched. It was a blast. We raised together over $17,000 for Red Nose Day while playing Dungeons and Dragons." Are you kidding me? He's not kidding. They raised a ton of money for a great cause. Congratulations to everyone involved. And here's some great news about the Flats. Their Flat Out Pride event is coming back, and that'll be next Friday, June 3rd, and Saturday, June 4th. It's first time back since 2019 for obvious reasons. COVID-19 has stopped a lot of things from happening, but this is an event. It's put on by the Flats East Bank and Lago Custom Events, and it is a pre-party and a post-party for Cleveland's Pride events. So the Flat Out Pride event is starting on Friday from 7 p.m. It goes to midnight, and then it picks up again on Saturday for the after party from 6 to 10:30 p.m. There's going to be music, food, drinks, entertainments. It's going to be hosted by iHeartRadio's Bill Squire and Pound Cake. There'll be DJs, local performers, also a celebrity guest who has not yet been announced. We don't know who it is, but when we do know, you will know. And this all surrounds Pride in CLE. That's organized by the LGBT Community Center of Greater Cleveland, and that happens on Saturday, June 4th. It's from 2 to 6 p.m. It's in downtown Cleveland at malls B and C. So, right along the main drag near the waterfront in the heart of downtown Cleveland. And then you can get your pre-party in and your post-party in at the Flats East Bank. That's it for your 3 News Now update today for Friday, May 27th. I hope you all have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Looking forward to getting out in some of that sunshine because it sounds like that's what we have coming our way. I will see you back here on Monday. Yes, I will be here on Memorial Day bringing you the latest on 3 News Now.